Aloha. Welcome to ABLE seminar sessions. The last time we talked about government limitations on the ownership of use of your land. And this time we're going to talk about private limitations, which is kind of interesting because about 40% of all the land on Oahu is under what they call homeowners association, and they have controls through what they call CCNRs, conditions, covenants, and restrictions. And these are deed restrictions placed on the land by a private owner that has developed the land and said, this is what you can do with this land, and I will sell it to you with these conditions. So let me go over some of these private conditions. The first one is called the deed restrictions or limits placed on the property by an owner that's selling the property. Example, Mililani was developed by Castle and Cook, and they used to be a sugarcane and pineapple company. But when they realized that sugarcane and pineapple was not going to make any money, they decided to take that land, rezone it, and build houses and shopping centers. So now, when they did that project, they had a very unusual restriction, and it said that your roof color shall be earth tone. Now, I didn't know about this until I got into real estate. And so I found out that in that covenant, it says that every house shall have earth tone roof. So I met an owner that put a blue roof on her house. And she was sued by the association because the association said it's not earth tone. And she said, well, I gave you a sample tile a year ago and you didn't say anything. So I thought it was okay. So I bought the tile, I'm putting it on. And then the association said, well, we're suing you because you're violating the rules. So she went to court and she was worried that she might lose and have to take off the blue tile roof that was very expensive and very pretty. So she went to the Hopeko stationery store and got a globe of the earth and went to the hearing with the judge and told the judge, I didn't mean to violate the MTA rules, Mililani Town Association, but I showed them the tile color and they didn't say anything. So I thought it was okay. Then when I started to put the roof on, then they came and cited me and then told me to stop. And I said, no, because I already bought the tile. And now here we are, Judge. I didn't mean to violate, but I went to get a globe of the earth. And the majority of the earth is colored blue. So that's earth tone as far as I'm concerned. And Judge looked at the covenant, the restriction, looked at the globe of the earth, and she said, you know what? This covenant is ambiguous. It's not clear. You win, you get to keep the color of your roof blue. That's a classic story. She's the only house in Mililani that has a blue roof. Can you believe that? And she won because she said, I didn't mean to violate, but here's the globe of the earth, Judge, and 2/3 of the earth is blue. And so they changed the rules, I heard, to say earth tone colors shall be defined as a specific color range after she won the court case. And so now her house is the only house in Mililani that is blue, right? So can they put other restrictions like that? Absolutely. It just depends who's selling the property and what kind of restrictions you're going to put on it. As long as it's not illegal, then you can do anything. And if you sell it with the understanding, with the covenants, then you have to abide by it. Another good example is Hawaii Loa. In Hawaii Loa, you have to build a new house with the architect's plans, and you have to have approval by the architectural committee of the Hawaii Loa Regional Association, and it cannot block the view of your neighbor above you. So they have what they call view channels that you cannot block. If you block the view channel, then the association can come in and tell you to cut off the part of the house that is offensive and violating the rules. So these are what we call private deed restrictions, called CCNRs. So now you have government limitations, and then you have the private limitations. And you have to know both, because the private limitations are not government-sponsored, but they're private. But the government limitations, it's by law or by the rules of the city or the state. So I hope you understand the difference between private restrictions and government restrictions. Aloha.